Good morning. I said that 3 times now. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about cultivating influence. What does it mean to be influential? Next slide, please. So I'm sure by now you've heard about influencers. So someone is an influencer. When you see someone is an influencer, what does it mean? Maybe you see someone on TikTok, on YouTube, maybe Instagram. So we have influencers and they shape people's behaviors. So it's funny you have somebody that has 1 million followers, 2 million followers. And what does it happen? You have organizations that actually pay these people good sums of money to market their products. And the understanding is that we are in an age now where people can be influenced virtually. That means you don't need to be close to this person to actually be influenced, because with the advent of social media, a lot of things have changed. So now the question is, if you can be in Nigeria and you're influenced by somebody who is in Johannesburg or in Texas, then how much more someone who is in close proximity to yourself? By extension, your branch, your neighborhood, your church, your family. Next slide. So what we want to do today, we want to learn the importance of being that person of influence and set ourselves on that path. So as managers, whether in a branch, a region, your primary responsibility is to influence your team to achieve results. Because without influence, you can't get anything done. You'll just be someone who is leading. It's just, someone said that if you want to know a leader, you look behind you. If nobody is following, then you're not leading. You're just taking a walk. So leadership is influence. So when we say you're an influencer, that means you have followers. Somebody has 1 million followers on Facebook. What does it mean? That means somebody is watching what you're doing. You post something, they are going to look at it. When it comes to fashion, you have people that when they put on something, others want to follow because they believe that if this person is doing it, that means it's cool to do it. Next slide. Next. Okay. A brief recap of yesterday's activities. How many of you here you felt bad after yesterday's meeting? You felt bad. When I mean bad, I don't mean bad about your result. That means you felt that you were talked anyhow. They just talked to you anyhow. Anybody. I just want to share something briefly. I was speaking with someone who's an HR person. Okay. So he was telling me about the NPR of Access Bank, some NPRs that they have. So they go in the evening and they stay throughout the night until the following morning. So you go in, they put your figures on the screen. Even before you go, you already know how your results are. So in that meeting, some people will be promoted, some will be transferred, some will be demoted, some will lose their jobs. So even before you go, you see grown-ups, as in full-grown adults in tears because they already know what's going to happen. So now he told me that as HR, what they do is that they'll be at the back. So as the directors are, because it's very tough. So they'll just be at the back and they'll just be like, at a point, they will just be like this, just calm down, don't kill them. That's their job, to ensure that they don't exceed the boundaries. So what am I saying? What we did yesterday was just nothing, we didn't do anything. We just wanted to stretch you a bit. So the signals of yesterday was just to let us know that we're actually in serious business here. And there's something I say. When we talk of our workforce, you are actually, when you say MVP, that's most valuable player, you are actually our MVPs. What that means is, if you don't do the work, then nothing happens. I hope you know that. sales is the most important profession in the world. If you don't know that now. So if you're a salesperson, you're actually the most important person wherever you're working. Over time, we've been told that probably it's medicine, it's engineering, you're a pilot and all that. But what we don't know is this. If you go and read medicine in school, you went to medical school, what they teach you is how to be probably open up someone or diagnose ailments and all that. But they don't teach you how to function in the business of medicine. So there's a business of medicine and there's a profession of medicine. So what that means is you're working as a medical doctor, but probably don't have the business acumen to set up your own hospital and actually get clients come to you and pay you money for your service. So what happens is that you have a medical doctor who have to work as a doctor under somebody all the days of his life until he gets old and retires, because he doesn't have that business acumen to set up on his own. So sales is very important. Next slide, please. What's influence? It's your capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or behavior of someone. To influence someone, please go back, please. To influence someone, you have to affect his character, affect the person's character, development, behavior of that person. So if you are influencing someone, there has to be something tangible the person can say, I've learned from you. Is it work ethic? Is it skill? Is it attitude? It has to be something the person is learning from you. Next slide. You always attract people like you, so always improve on yourself. And then a study has been carried out, and that is, you cannot attract someone that is better than you. What do I mean? And I've noticed this. When I ask you to go out and get CVs, when we go through these CVs, we just realize that what you have brought are people that are like you or not up to you. It's very rare and rarely happens for you to bring somebody that is more intelligent than you. I don't know if you understand what I said. So if you rate yourself in intelligence, maybe you are a 7, for instance, maybe you are a grade of 1 to 10, and maybe if you rate your intelligence quotient, so to speak, and you're a 7. If you go out for recruitment, the CVs you bring, you either bring 7, 6, 5, or 4. You will not bring an 8. And why is that? Because an 8 will intimidate you. It's just normal human behavior. So what do? You need to improve on yourself. So if you are a 7, strive to become an 8 and a 9 and a 10. So when you do that, you can also improve the quality of people that you bring in to join you. So that's why you find that in many organizations, what happens is that the skill set reduces, it dilutes, because when people come in, they don't grow. So you just bring people that are like you, and it just goes down and down and down. So by the time you bring in a 6, you're a 7, you bring in a 5. Over time, maybe you make that 5 a manager somewhere. That 5 will bring in a 4. And before you know it, the skill set is dropping. So that is why continuous improvement is very, very important. It's something you have to do for yourself, for the organization, and for your team. Next slide. This summarizes what I just said. You can always improve on yourself. Who you are today should be different how you were 5 years ago. Now there's something that usually happens. How many of you probably your old boys association, maybe your town meeting, okay, or even your village, your peer group. Maybe the last time you saw each other was maybe 6 years ago. And this is what usually happens. Maybe there's a reunion and you all get back together. People remember you from the last time they saw you.